Now, we had a very interesting input, something that happened or something we came across from during the week, and it was a very interesting conversation here. Not a conversation, but this person put this out. Talked about the fact that, let me just read this. Now, if you see what babes are doing to make men throw their wives and kids out of the house, you go cold. Stay prayed up, because it's a jungle out there. People are locking people's husbands in padlock and swallowing the key. Men too, if you love your life, stay faithful. She goes on to tell that they are actually making incisions in certain private areas and putting juju inside. It reminds me of this whole Kayamata thing that everybody's talking about. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but let me be very, very open with everybody here.
Go ahead.
And everybody out there. And if you like, come for me.
Sure.
Even spiritually. I don't believe in stuff like this. If it has no academic backing or scientific proof for scientific or academic backing or scientific proof, I don't see how it is possible. It's not a thing that I can bring myself to believe in.
So I also don't believe in the whole Kayamata thing. But I know for a fact that we're in a world where this spiritual exists, right? So I know enough, even though I don't believe in it, but I know enough to let's just say, leave it as it is.
Did you see anything happen, like in your front? Did you witness it? Like kuro, like they say, this happened, it resulted in this.
I haven't seen, but I've heard, right? And I've seen things that have happened. A man leaving his whole family, 5 kids, abandoning his wife
because the sex was good.
I mean, I do agree with you.
Because of something. Come on.
I do agree with you. I do believe in the spiritual and all that, but sometimes it's just as little as, being more literate with stuff like this.
Yeah.
No Nigerians, we jump to the whole village people thing. We don't actually settle down to, table certain things. It's not every time it's spiritual. As much as I do believe in the spiritual, sometimes it might just be, even if they're cutting certain parts of themselves to insert whatever they're inserting. Sometimes it might just be, an aphrodisiac that people don't know about yet. So you attach a spiritual thing to it. There's always an explanation to stuff like this, but I do believe stuff like that happens. But I feel if it was strictly Kayamata, it'd be more extreme, than what we're seeing. But
the thing is, here's the thing. This is something that has worked for a couple of women. That's why people believe that it's real. Whether you believe in it or not, there's the natural and there's the supernatural. So at the end of the day, it has worked for some people. So somebody can actually come out as a testimony, as an example, and say, this is what I did to get a man. I got the man. I'm in control of that man. But if it comes to a deeper explanation, there could be some scientific basis to
aphrodisiac.
But like I said,
the slimier it is, the better it feels.
So just because you don't believe
that's his theory.
Because Zeno doesn't believe it doesn't mean it's not real or it's not true. These things are happening in people's lives and people are being controlled. It could be, like I gave you an instance of a story of a guy.
Yeah, tell that story.
Yeah, so there was this guy up north. He had 2 wives already, married a 3rd wife. The 3rd wife happens to be like an ex-call girl. So she used to do some crazy things to the guy.
Like what?
I don't know, I wasn't there. But she used to just do some crazy acts on the guy, some sexual acts. And the guy was wondering, he even told the first 2 wives that, are you women at all? That a woman can actually do these things? And he was neglecting the first 2 wives and concentrating on her because he was surprised that this kind of satisfaction could come from somebody of that nature. Now, you will not feel he was under some kind of spell or not. No, he hasn't experienced certain things.
Skill.
So from that experience, he just did. The other 2 wives were like, I believe this woman is using some kind of hold on him. No, you never got down on your knees and tickled his whatever. So it's that simple.
No,
if you do certain things,
I do agree
there's a new experience some people can actually come into that you'll be shocked that, oh my God, this guy is acting this kind of way because he has experienced something new that he never experienced with you. So you can call it Kayamata or whatever, but there's some things, women have a certain control over men.
Yeah. But would that be good enough to say, send the real wife packing, for instance, or abandon the children, for instance?
Women have started wars.
That's over sex. I mean, look at Helen of Troy.
Exactly.
Come on, like wars have been fought.
Kingdoms have been abdicated.
Have been toppled for sex.
Brothers have gone sword to sword against each other.
Maybe Helen was on some kind of Kayamata.
Exactly.
It was Zeus's time, so
So anything can happen. A woman can do so much. You have no idea the kind of power that they possess over men that are just weak to them.